What is going on, guys? Back again with another one of these. This one might be a little bit more informative because typically when things do not go the way that you want, there's more to learn or share. Whereas with Alba, everything was like pretty much perfect. So I didn't really have much to say. I was gonna do the girls first, but I'm going out of town tomorrow again, and I that one's going to be a little bit longer, so I just wanted to get something out that could be somewhat educational and entertaining for you guys. So I will say a couple things before getting into this one. Obviously, the meet did not go how we wanted. We had just competed at nationals where he put up 919.5. I believe if needed, John could have pushed that to 927.5 if I were to max out every lift. Um, Possibly 929, but it didn't happen that way at this meet. I knew that it would be a challenge to get him back up to speed after the last one. I also knew that there was a risk of injury. We didn't get hurt, but we were literally asking everything of the body at all times. Um, and I sadly do not feel like this meet is a proper representation of John's potential, and it's just amazing how everybody just forgets. They just completely forget that he just put up what he put up at nationals. It's like, I guess people truly only care about what you did last. Um, but I think this video can kind of go into some of the intricacies and some of the nuances to what affected his performance. Um, and some of it is bad luck. Like honestly, like a lot of it, like we can't choose the schedule, we can't choose the handout person, we can't choose the temperature in the room, but all we can do is take it on the chin and regroup and try again and try to adapt to whatever circumstances, whether those be favorable or not favorable, moving forward. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Um, getting into the prep. So we just did nationals, and then John ended up taking a week off. So he did not have a program for a week. I think it was something that he just needed. I'm sure he did some light bodybuilding stuff, but um, if you think about him taking the time to put everything into nationals, and you think about his competitors that did not have to compete, right? They did not have to go all out or really push their numbers at a nationals. Even if physically John's lift looked easy at nationals, mentally, emotionally, the prep, the way that I bring out John's numbers to guarantee him a slot on the world team, to have to do that again after just doing it, it's very, very difficult. You saw what happened with Russ last year. Um, and I mean, this is the second time that we've fallen a little bit short with that short turnaround time. It's one thing if you don't have any competition, it's another thing if you push yourself and then they have to push yourself again. Now, my girls are able to do this sometimes. With guys, it's much more difficult, especially because the the high end of their peak is very high and the low end and that kind of, as soon as we don't have that demand for that, you just kind of fall apart. I want you guys to think of it like this. If about 3 weeks out from competition, I'm having John do the things that he needs to do to create that demand for strength and to be strong. 2 weeks into that meet, we're tapering down, we're deloading, right? So we're just letting the strength manifest now. We're not doing anything to build. It's literally just pulling back, right? I've talked about in my programming workshops how you have sort of like your stimulus, right? Like how much you're stimulating, and then as you and the work that you're doing, and then as you begin to lower that work, your strength is going to kind of dip, and then it's going to also dip as well. But it's on like sort of a lag. So 2 weeks coming into the meet, he's not doing the things that he needs to do to be strong. He's doing the things he needs to do to display strength temporarily on meet day, but he's not creating any demand for strength during those 2 weeks, right? Then you take that extra week off. So now that's 3 weeks in the hole. Your competitors are still building, they're still training this entire time. They didn't have that gap, right? Then you take a week to kind of get back into things, to kind of warm back up, to kind of, get used to your split, to do those things. And then maybe let's say everything goes perfect and you're pretty much good to start pushing after that. Like now you're ramping up essentially with 7 weeks to go. It's just not good. It's just not good. I knew coming in that that would be a question mark. How is John's body going to show up? Um, if I was a gambler, I would be like, am I gonna, are you gonna bet on Johnny Cayco who just competed and has that short prep, or are you gonna compete on the guys that literally just like dedicate from January all the way to June to making sure that they're gonna be their best? Um, Granted, we still almost won. So now that that's out of the way, well, the weight cut was great. We're a little heavier than normal, but we had a good sauna. No problems with the weight cut at all, and I think that's why squats actually showed up pretty nice. We didn't actually have a lot of time though to go heavy on all the lifts that I wanted to in prep, and this is probably why squat was like probably the most, I would say almost like to form. Um, Little does this back spotter know that he will be playing a pivotal role in the outcome of this meet later on. So these spotters were great, by the way, for the most part. Especially dude with the mustache, that guy was awesome on the left. So 290 opener, nice and deep, perfect. That's what we want. No issues. Um, I have no, I have no worries. I'm thinking, okay, squat looks good. I think we're on. Probably could have gone 12, but I figured if he blasts us, we'll just go another 10. Granted, the flight was fast, and I knew that could have been a factor. I mean, that looks good. Ooh, I think so. 10 kg based on speed. You give him the red light. I think we bump it to 7. I think we bump it to 7. That was really good though, and I'm actually happy with how squats peaked. Believe it or not, I'm happy with how squats peaked. So that's very good. So then we went up 7. I believe he blasted this one. Um, just wanted to take some pressure off of him. I think he had the 2. I don't know what the lights are gonna say. Okay, 3 whites on that one. I literally don't know what the difference was, but I'll take it. Um, I think he has another 2 on that squat. And I think I'm gonna, usually I'm a little gun shy with the squats, but I think I'm gonna start pushing it a little bit more. And I'm also thinking like if we're having national strength, John, then I don't even need to, the 2.5 conservative third squat, like it doesn't even matter. Like we just need to make a bench, or sorry, I make a squat. Our plan was to essentially just take the same numbers as nationals because that definitely should have been enough. All right, so this is where things gotta fall apart. I believe this session was on TV. I believe we only had 7 guys on the flight, and I believe we only had 7 minutes between squat and bench. So that's already messing us up. Look at that handout. Real quick, up to this point, the bench. So we just squatted, right? 7 guys in a flight, no problem. As the meet goes on, and you hit the bench after squatting now, and the time is very short, so it's gonna get like worse and worse and worse until you get to deadlifts. And John's the only one in the running that pulls conventional. Not good. Not good when you only have a couple minutes to do things. So as you guys can see the handout, I don't even know what just happened. It looks like they threw it out in front of him, and then he had to use like his muscles and shoulders literally to like fight it and like push it back into position. Not good. Not good. I mean, that was disgusting. Um, Absolutely blasted it. And then he calls the guy over and he's like, "My man, next time just chill out, 'cause like you're gonna kill me, you know?" Um, I was I remember hearing, actually, you know what? Let's put the audio up. Let's see if we can hear the audience after that handout.
Now, record, which is absolutely how far we'll have to wait.
Listen for the audience after that handout.
Bit of a shaky handoff.
Okay, so
He's
in
in.
person, it was way worse. It was way worse in person. You could literally hear, like, I'm listening to the room and I'm like, what in the? I thought he got hurt because I can't. I'm standing on the right. I can't really see everything that's going on. So second bench again, same jumps as Nats. Um, Opener was foul. I see no reason why he doesn't have this. 246. These are big boy weights. Let's see if the handout is a little better on this one. Um, I mean, kind of hard to tell. I mean, that was fine. I only went up 2 kg, which should be there. The reason it probably wasn't is because one, hard handouts, and two, speed. This meet was literally flying. Flying, flying, flying. Came out for the third. By the way, he misses this. Spoiler alert, we haven't missed a bench since 2019. So 6 years ago. 6 years ago since we missed a bench. Can't believe it. When he brought the bar down, it was silent in that room, and I literally heard him go, "Oof!" Like I heard all of his air. I mean, bro, these handouts, like he just loses his air, and he just has no power. But no injury. Now I'm thinking here, same thing at nationals. Again, okay, last bencher, first deadlifter, no rest, 7 minutes between disciplines. 7 minutes to warm up deadlifts, and he's not the last deadlifter, right? I mean, girls go first, but you guys get what I'm saying. Not good. Opener looks fine. We jumped to 20 keys. Let's go to 750. No problem. I believe the way the meet was shaping up, there was no need for thinking. There was no need for deciding what numbers to hit because we had to hit the number that we needed to hit to put our opponents in a bad position. Had John got that, I think he wins because Emil still jumps 7 because it's a small number that he believes he can hit. Because if he jumps 2 to try to beat John, Gustav just wins automatically, right? So Gustav jumps 7 still, misses. And then Emil jumps 7, misses. And then Gustav jumps and misses, and then John wins, right? That was that was our path to victory. 2 keys on squat, 2 keys on bench. Would have made a big difference. I think this moved fine. Again, the speed of the meet was the problem. It was not like if he has a normal 15 minutes between, he's gonna hit this. I was just very concerned with how fast things were moving and all the shit that we had to do. It was literally just like right there. Feels bad. Again, I do not feel like this meet was a proper like representation of like John's talent because we had just exhibited that talent at nationals. So we don't know what's next. Maybe he gets a Sheffield invite. Maybe we do Nats. Maybe he does something in November. We don't know. We don't know. But I still think John has a lot left to give. I would love to get some more time to even build on this. I mean, that was so goddamn smooth. That was so smooth. He has 15 kilos, 100%. So could have got the job done. Just was a very strange day. A lot of bad circumstances. I can't believe that I had like if I have the best bencher in the world, and on the lift that we need the kilos on the most, where we gain the most ground on our opponents because we take bigger jumps than them because we're stronger. He gets a handout like that and dies. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. So, hey man, for all of you guys that believe, thank you, and I appreciate you. Pain. We use the pain. As you can see, someone asked me, Joey, how was your trip? I have shit, heartbreaking shit like this. I have, Alba going crazy and Cranon pulling for the win and shit like that. So my heart is always torn. My heart is torn. But you live to fight another day, and that's all we could do. He'll be back. He'll be back.